Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of Aaron Does Nanoblocks, part of our Lego Build With Me series, even though this technically isn't Lego. It's a Lego competitor, and yeah. So if you haven't watched the previous episode, that was Pikachu, kit number 1. I actually assembled him here. I made some minor modifications in between episodes. He's got a bit of a crown on him. But it also makes sure his ears don't fall off. I might go back and just try and change the design because Val's kind of looking at it in terror. It's like Pinky in the Brain with the giant head. But we're going to do Snorlax. Snorlax seems way more, I'm trying to think of what the term is, Rubenesque. So he should be way sturdier. So, let's get started here. And I'm just going to open this up. Like I mentioned in the last video, these are from Japan, actually. The company that makes them is Japanese, but these kits themselves, I believe, were imported from Japan. We bought them on Poshmark. We'll have a link somewhere, probably in the description, for how you can sign up for Poshmark, get some cool stuff. Primarily a clothing marketplace, but there is some other stuff on there, like some homewares and some just unique finds. So yeah, you can buy some of my threads that you might have seen, and I've actually gotten some nice ones, and Val's gotten some nice ones. Some Lego is up there. Yeah, you can get pretty much anything on there. Yeah, we'll have a sign-up code, not to like spam you guys with stuff, but we're gonna have a sign-up code, and that'll save you 15 bucks on your first order. It's essentially a $15 credit. So you could literally just buy something and get it pretty much for free if it's $15 or less. Okay, so unlike Lego, these are not numbered bags or anything, so I'm just opening them up and just kind of mixing the parts. I'm sure someone's probably freaking out right now that I'm doing that. And yeah, the bags are actually quite durable, as you probably just saw. I was having some issues opening them with my fingers. Normally I can just tear like the plastic bags, but they seem to be like a thicker gauge of polypropylene or whatnot. So I'm just using my multi-tool here just to kind of cut a little nick in it, and then it opens up. And it's a good thing I've got this cutting mat here. We'll post a link for where you can get a cutting mat like this if you want. You can also just get it at the dollar store, which I believe is where I got this one. They're pretty cheap. I remember they used to be like super expensive, but I guess now that everything's being made in China and they're able to mass produce stuff, it's a little easier and cheaper to get that in the hands of people. So I'm gonna set Pikachu over here. Snorlax. Okay, yeah, this is supposed to be a level 3 out of 5 kit. So I'm just gonna start. I've learned my lesson from last time not to open up the full manual before you're started, because that just takes up a lot of your space. And I'm actually gonna just push a lot of this off camera, bring in the pieces that I need for each layer. The cool thing about these 3D kits is they do it, the instructions are done in layers. It is a little frustrating at times, because they're all in an isometric view, and Lego is not necessarily, like, not Lego, but they could actually learn a lesson from Lego. Lego kind of gives you more views and views of details that you might need. So yeah, this can get a little frustrating if you're not familiar with it and if you're kind of trying to wrap your head around stuff. So I'm just gathering the parts we need. You might have just heard Duncan off in the background shaking. He's been licking himself raw in an attempt to stay hygienic, so we had to put a cone on him. Maybe Val will post a picture of him. It's not so much a cone as much as it's like a floaty that goes around his neck. It's Kong brand, so it's pretty durable. It's got like a soft fake suede, I want to say, or something like that on the outside. It's like a felt. It's kind of, yeah, just like probably like polyester fabric. Yeah. So if you hear any weird noises, it's probably just him trying to shake it off. He managed to be fine for like a day without doing anything crazy, but he's just started kind of picking at himself again, and yeah, unfortunately, I don't want my little dude to hurt himself. I don't know if that sentence even made any sense. But yeah, I think you get the gist. Okay, so this starts out with, looks like 4 of these 4x2 tiles, and goes something like that. I've seen people actually do this sort of thing with perler beads, which I know, like I mentioned in the last video, there's a they make their own version of perler beads. They're called like nano beads. It's from the same company. I think it's a combination. It's a collaboration between perler and Nanoblock or Kawada, and yeah, it's kind of cool. They do like video game characters and stuff like that. I think I got a couple Pokemon. They're like the sprites almost that you get in the original Game Boy games. Okay, how does that go? Okay, so we take this guy and he goes there. This is going to be vaguely frustrating, I can tell. Lots of little bits. Okay, so we want to go like that. Is that the way? Yeah, that's the way. Okay, so now it's starting to kind of hold together a little bit at least. Good thing about this is it's symmetrical, so that's nice. I can kind of work both sides, so to speak, to kind of keep the thing steady and increase the durability of it as I'm going, I guess, if that makes any sense. This guy goes down the middle, and it looks like he, yeah, intersects with that and that. Okay, so he connects that part. This goes there and there. Okay. Yeah, I always, like, what I kind of found last night from working on this was you almost want to find a reference point on there that's easy enough to understand and then kind of build off of that. Otherwise, you're just going to drive yourself nuts. This goes there. Okay. These go here, which kind of holds that a little sturdier. Okie dokie. Do this. And how are you guys all holding up with the COVID-19 scare and all that? I know most people, from my understanding, are perfectly fine. They're just in isolation, so to speak, like self-isolating or off work to reduce risk of contamination. So, yeah. I was actually already off work at the time, but yeah, it's been a little tougher, if anything, because I know for Val and I, we already are somewhat limited in when we can go out and do stuff, and this has just kind of made things a little harder, especially like when we need to do groceries and we have the chance to do groceries. We go out and there's nothing in the store, so we end up like seeing what's there and trying to figure out what we can make with what we can find. So we need 7 of these, 4 of the little L pieces. Yeah, it's been weird whenever we go out anywhere because the world just seems so empty. There's certain spots where it seems really busy. Before about 2 days ago, which is last time we went and did groceries, 2 or 3 days ago, before that, I had only gone out on the day that the World Health Organization announced that it was officially a pandemic. And I just kind of went to grab some toilet paper because even though we have a bidet, you still need some type of sanitary product like toilet paper, just to dry your butt, unless you want to just kind of hang out with a wet butt all day, which is kind of gross. So I went on a hunt for toilet paper. And we live somewhat close to a Costco business center. And I was walking near it, and it was scary. Yeah, there was like freaking people parking on the sidewalks and like parking like literally everywhere. And people like shoving each other out of the way to get into the Costco. I ended up finding another store nearby that had a whole stack of Cottonelle, the fancy 2-ply stuff. Grabbed 2 packages of it, didn't buy the whole store out because that's what dicks do. And don't be a dick. Well, yeah. Like, it's kind of interesting to see how people behave when we're in a sort of crisis mode. Some people get really friendly and helpful and resourceful. Other people just get really freaking nasty. Almost vicious, like animals. Yeah, we've been, like, whenever we go out, or like the other day when we went out for, I'm just gonna have some tea here. That's nice. When we went out to Walmart to get some groceries, because that's like the nearest grocery store that isn't all sold out of stuff, completely sold out of stuff, I should say. When we went out to get groceries, we saw people just like freaking out about toilet paper, and like we're not worried ourselves because we have enough for ourselves that we don't have to be worried. We don't use a lot to begin with, and especially with the bidet. But we were, not to like toot our own horns or anything, but we made a point of telling people where they could find toilet paper. And in case you're watching this and you've been stumped as to where to find toilet paper and you've been poop socking, what's it called? Places you can find TP these days is, did I do that right? I'm gonna have to look at this in a second. I feel like I'm going crazy here. Places you can find TP. You can find TP in a camping section or like a motorhome section, like where you'd find like stuff for cars and stuff like that. They have the septic-friendly toilet paper everywhere, and people seem to have like completely forgotten that that's a thing. Paper supply stores is actually, that's where I ended up finding our Cottonelle, and hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me in the butt, but if it does, that's life. I went to Staples. I was about to go into a grocery store that we called ahead, and they said, "Oh yeah, we've got toilet paper, but you gotta hurry. It's going fast." And I was like walking over there, and I'm like, "Wait a second. Staples has toilet paper. We used to buy toilet paper when I was working in an office. We used to buy everything from Staples because they would just deliver all the supplies for the office in one shipment. So I just went in there. They have their store brand, which they had a whole bunch of, and then they had a whole shelf of Cottonelle, untouched. And like, I walk in the store and there's people like looking kind of sketchy, looking over their shoulders, grabbing like reams of white paper for reasons that are probably easily deduced. He said deuce. Yeah, and then I just walked to the back of the store, grabbed 2 packs of toilet paper, walked to the front, and I saw a bunch of people with reams of paper just like stare at me and then drop the reams of paper and run to the back of the store. So there's my funny story about the Corona apocalypse. I'm trying to figure out how this goes together here. Seems like that. Okay, so... Okay. There, that'll give me a better reference as to what I'm doing. Because I'm trying to do this, and it's like throwing me off every step that I take. Okay, so we take that. That goes there. Gotta make sure I keep in frame. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point? George! Oh. Okay. Yeah. If you're new to this channel and you haven't watched the bidet video, there are a lot of poop jokes. Go watch it. We'll have a link somewhere. We've got a link probably down below for where you can get the Tushy brand one. They've got warehouses all over the place, so... And I'm quite happy with the product. I know the video was like a few weeks back, and that was just kind of like a quick summary of my initial experiences with it, but actually having used it for a few weeks now, I want to say, I don't know, time is kind of getting weird, especially in isolation. But yeah, it's been a great product, honestly. Like, I'm upset that I didn't have one before, because it's just such a good idea, environmentally and physically. Maybe TMI, but my butt feels great. Okay, now we take one of these, and we take these, do this. Yeah, the thing I like about Nanoblocks, which unfortunately does kind of have, sometimes has a shortcoming, is your parts are actually kind of hollow, which reduces the heft a little bit. Like with Pikachu here, I'm sure he could be a little heavier and a little sturdier, but it also reduces the amount of material used for these. And coming from 3D printing and other manufacturing, seeing and looking at it from an environmental perspective, seeing the reduced amount of material is always a nice thing. So, how does that go together? Okay, so these guys go on like that. I gotta balance them out roughly. Okay, one on each side. Breathing in the dark, I'm outside. The ruins of the dead, painted with a scar. The more I straighten out, the less it wants to try. Of the skies. It's starting to look like something. Okay, so we want to do that. I'm in stereo, The stereo sounds strange. I know that if it hides, it doesn't go away. If you get out of bed and wake up standing horrified with each stone, the rage, my little dark age. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna crack my knuckles. Oh. Have some tea. Tea break. There's some plain orange pico with a splash of cream. 18% to be exact. Okay, next we get to build a whole bunch of this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get the parts we need out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, and where's the 8th one? Looking for an 8th one. There we go, 8. So we need 8 of these guys. So let's just go whoop. They're all over here. Yeah, we're on step 3. Okay. I got 2 of those, 8 of those. 2 of these. 6 of the green L's. There's 4, 5, 6. Let me know if you guys think I should get a better build mat, because I'm sure that this isn't super visible. Only need 1 of those. That's nice. I'm looking at getting like a Novelties brand build mat, or like a desk mat. They're essentially the same as a build mat, I guess. They're not cut resistant, they're just neoprene, but they've got some nice patterns, and I would love one for my desk, because it works as like a giant mouse pad as well as keeping stuff from scratching your desk. Okie dokie, we got all the parts we need. So this builds off of this. Let's just bring this over here so I can take a look at it as we're going. Sorry if you can't see the instructions. And we don't use any of those on this one. Okay, so in that case, we need a green guy like that. One of these goes right there. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I think you could have just done that with 2 3-long pieces, but it looks like there aren't any 3-long greens in this. There aren't any. The 2x3s aren't in this kit for the green. I guess that makes sense. You just reduce variety of parts that you have to produce for the kit. Got a fruit fly just suddenly, I guess, got a scent of the tea and is now coming after me. Sorry for any noise. Okay, we do that. Can your friends do this? Do, do, do. Can your friends do that? Do, do, do. Can your donkeys go abracadabra? Every time he shakes, the ring rotates around his neck. Hey, Duncan, you're a good boy. I know you don't like the ring, do you? But I don't need you licking yourself raw. Hygiene only works if you still have skin. That's why flamethrowers aren't hygienic. Yeah, if you saw the last video, you'll know the boys have been super energetic lately, which is kind of unusual. I guess the weather is warming, like it is warming up here. I think it's like 13 or 14 degrees C outside, so that's nice. It was actually nice. I'm in shorts. I've been in shorts for the last 2 days. It was a little cold yesterday, but not cold enough to not wear the shorts. Leonard, what you doing? It's like, oh, you're recording. Maybe I shouldn't be barking. Buh. Okay, now we're gonna kind of build off of this. Do this. Yeah, what's the weather like where you guys are? I know I'm probably talking to you guys like this is a stream, even though it's a recording. If there's enough interest, we could actually do this as a stream. It might be a little tricky. I'd have to maybe invest in a better webcam or something, because we're just kind of filming this with my phone. Val uses her phone for the other shots, and yeah, we've got the XS, I want to say. Yeah, XS from iPhone, from Apple. I wasn't really an Apple person until I got it, but yeah, it's a nice phone. Like, it's a solid freaking phone. It does have some weird little things that happen every now and again, but yeah, pretty much only to me. So well, Val has some weird things as well that happen, but not like super weird. Not like my level weird, where like my phone just like won't load a page or won't have a feature on it that her phone has. I'm just plagued perpetually with weird phone problems, no matter what type of phone I have. It's part of the reason that I got into like tech related stuff, is when you have to fix everything constantly, you figure you might as well get ahead of the curve and learn enough so that you can always fix everything. Okay, so we're building his belly. Okay, next on the list, we need 2 of these 2s in tan, two tan 2s, 2 tan Ls, 5 tan 4s, 1 green 2. Okay, I need 10 green Ls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah. 9. Yeah, okay. My brain just went weird on me. 10. Okay, we got 10 of those. Need 2 green 4s, 2 3s. Oop, there we go. And 7 of these 2x4s. 2, 3. Oh, that's not the right piece. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we take one of these, put it there. We take that, he goes, whoop, nope, nope. There, there. Looking good. You could probably make a pretty cute little Totoro out of this. That would be nice. Maybe I'll do that in the future. Like buy some Nanoblocks. See if I'll maybe look around and see if they have like a Ghibli themed one. That would make sense for them to do that. Okay, let's take these. We're building up his body here. So we gotta build a thicker plate inwards. I'm surprised that they're jumping that quickly to doing fill in like that, but I guess when you need it, you need it. No, and I guess that's like near the top of his arm, so that's probably why they're doing it that way. Okay. Ow. Oh. Arms are getting a little sore. Okie dokie. Now we do same thing on the other side. Honestly, I'm surprised that Nintendo and Lego have only just now done a collaboration. They're doing Lego Super Mario, and I'm honestly stunned that this is the first time. Maybe they could, because they're both large companies with a lot of clout, maybe they just never could come to an agreement at this point, and that's why we've gotten like cheaper stuff like Kinects and Mega Blocks that do Nintendo licenses, because Nintendo knows it can make a higher profit margin off of it. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. It's like a match made in heaven, though, when you think about it. And hopefully they do, on that topic, hopefully they do Lego Pokemon, because I can just imagine how good Lego Pokemon would be. I've not played with any of the Mega Blocks Pokemon, like the Mega Constructs and whatnot. I always see the kits everywhere. Maybe I'll grab one and we can do an assembly on the channel. I can give a polished review of that or something. As polished as this channel gets. Not to throw ourselves under the bus, but that's not our whole thing. We're not like super high, like Hollywood style production value or something like that. We're like, we spend like a stupid amount of money on stuff. We're doing this for fun. We're doing this because it's something that we like, and we're covering things that we care about. And that's the whole point here. Okay, I think that goes like that. I want to check just to be sure. Yes, okay. That, then we take these, put them directly in front. I feel like I'm doing this way quicker than the last one because I know kind of how to read the instructions now. It's all pictographic, but I mean, once you know how to process it and your brain kind of learns how to interpret it into something physical, you kind of get that language barrier almost out of the way. Okay, so that's step 4. So now we're going to go on to step 5. Okay, so we need 3 of these guys right? Yeah, 3 of those, 3 of these. Okay. 4 of the 3 peg ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I think actually ends up being the same length. Yep, they're all the same length. Wow, that's crazy. 4 of these little green L's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 of the 2x3. Excuse me. 2 of these. Oh, and we're getting into the white finally. 2 of those. Okay. I'm going to take a second and kind of organize these into colors to kind of make my life a little easier when it comes to sorting. Okay, let's put these guys over here. You guys can't see anything right now other than my arm hovering. I'm just gonna scoot this around. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Oh, there's actually black pieces in here as well. I didn't realize that. Didn't even notice them. They kind of blend in with the green. There's a clear one. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of tea. Stretch my shoulders, my arms. Okie doke. So we're going to take this guy apparently and connect it right there. Let me take these. Do that. Symmetry. It's not the line. Well, then I guess we'll have to fight. If telling the truth It's not polite. Well, then I guess we'll have to fight supersymmetry. Okay, yeah, so it goes on like that in case I was wondering. I know, probably just lost half the viewership there. By going silent and humming some Arcade Fire. My foot is itchy. And, okay, there we go. So, got up to his hands done. Put your hand in the air and say hell yeah. Come on, Captain Jack, Johnny Depp. Okay. We need 2 of those. 2 of those. We're doing starting to do his face now. I think his teeth. Get out of here, fruit fly. That's the one downside of having a lot of plants. It's always fruit fly season. At least for the brave and the dumb fruit flies. If fruit flies even have intelligence and bravery. Okay, so let's do that. So we need 2 of those, 2 of these L's. Keep going to say T. 2 for T and T for 2. You for me and me for you. 2 for T and T for 2. You for me and me for you. 5 of these. Let's just grab 5 of these. Okay, 4 of these guys. I heard, as it were, noise of thunder, and a voice saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a seesaw. Looks like that goes like that. Yep. So we'll do that on both sides just to kind of hold that piece in place. So that kind of holds the hands together there. Do that. Okie dokie. Oh. No fashion's danger. Okay. Excuse me. Okie doke. Now we go and put these guys in there. At the front done. Do the sides. This back piece in there. Okie dokie. Set that across the back there. Nope, that goes goes there. Okay. Oh. That goes like that. That goes in there. Okay, there we go. Just gonna stretch. Okay, now we can go on to step 7. Which there's what? 12 steps, so ooh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on bread. Dancing on a chair. 2 of these 3s, 2s of 3s, 2s of 3s of 3s of 2s. Okay. 4 of the little L pieces. Four of the little 2 pegs. There we go with those. 4 of the tan L's. Five of the tan 2s. 5 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 for 5 tan 2s. Tan 5 2s. Okay. 2 of those. I'm guessing that this one is an extra one, so I'm going to set it aside because typically with these kits, as I mentioned in the last video, they have an extra of each element, just in case you lose one or it breaks or the unthinkable happens and someone inhales one. Yeah. So I've already got a little, I took a empty pill bottle here, repurposed it to collect the ones left over from the Pikachu that I didn't use. I had a lot of extra parts with the Pikachu, so I'm slightly worried that I messed up somewhere. But I followed the instructions to my knowledge. So. Okay. Step 7. Okie doke. So, step 7, we take this guy, put him right here, building up Snorlax's head. Okay. of these, connect them there. Okay, so do that. I have done that. I am now going to take 2 of these and go across the front here. So now his teeth have a roof. Okay, now we take this guy, do that, take these, do that. He's gonna have eyes soon. Well, he technically has eyes now. Ooh, spooky. Spooky. I just keep thinking you could hide stuff inside of them. Just like throw a USB drive in here. You could put your weed in there, man. To quote the late great Rob Schneider, who's not actually dead. So don't worry when I say late great. Mostly just referring to his career. I love like classic Rob Schneider. I just feel like, yeah, Time and Adam Sandler maybe have not been the kindest to him. Maybe I'm getting a little too preachy. Val's like eyes are like super wide as I'm saying this. Okay. Okie doke. So we got most of him now. I have to take my glasses off and get an eyelash out of my eyeball. Fun times for everyone. Might as well take some tea. Tea time. As you can see, almost done the tea. Tepid tea time. Tutu. Tuta. Okie dokie. So we need 4 of these. Okay, now we need 6 of these little 2-peg jobbies. So there's 2 of those. There's 4. I just need 2 more to get up to 6. Math, ha ha ha. Yep, 2, 4, 6. Okie doke. Now we need 8 green T's or green L's. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, and 8. There we go. One of these, 2 of the 3s, 2 of the 3s, yo. Okie doke. And 2 of the 4 by 2s. Okie dokie. So, to build on top of this, we're going to start from the front because we can see clearly from the front everything that's going on. So, we take that, and we're going to take one of these. on what I said earlier about Rob Schneider and Adam Sandler, I actually respect Adam Sandler quite a bit. Like, the man has done well enough that he doesn't feel obligated to do anything for anyone. He just kind of does stuff for fun, or for, it seems like, to help his friends out, or to do stuff. Like, you look at Uncut Gems, that's, from everything I've heard, it's just a passion project for him. And everything I've heard says that it's really good. I haven't personally watched it. I actually canceled Netflix a little while back because I wasn't watching too much on there. And they kept canceling the shows that I liked. Like, maybe I'll resubscribe at some point. But they kind of, I know for Val and I, we couldn't justify the $10 or so a month Canadian, when that can easily buy like a meal's worth of food. So, and we already had Prime for all the other features that come with it, and we got Prime Video, so like, why pay for something that you're not really using, and that doesn't have features that you're using, at least? Like, we may not watch everything on Prime Video, but we're still getting something from that payment each month, whether it's free shipping, music, video, or whatnot. Like, we get something out of it. It's not just potentially lost. If there's nothing that we're watching on Netflix one month, like, if we didn't watch it for a month, we essentially just wasted money on it, seeing if there was going to be something on it. Which is never really what happens. There's never, you linger around waiting for something to happen and nothing happens. That tends to be how it goes, at least in my experience. Thank you for going to my TED Talk. Excuse me. Okay. We're now on step 9. So we need 3 of these. 3 of the 8 peg guys. The 2x4s. 1 of these 1x4s. 2 of the 1x3s. Getting pretty low on the parts side of things. Ooh. 2 of these 2x2s. Do I have 2 of them? Okay, yeah, I got more than 2 of them. Okay, good. Slightly worried for a second there. Everything kind of pools together, and because the colors are all the same, I sometimes have a hard time differentiating. As bright as it is with all these grow lights, sometimes you get shadows cast in like all directions, depending on where you're sitting or what you're doing, and it gets a little confusing to look at stuff. At least for me. I don't know, maybe my eyesight's just going down the pooper. Okie dokie, let's get to it. This goes on like so, from my understanding. Oh, he just doesn't seem to want to. There we go. And we take this, and it goes like that on each side. Just attaching these. It adds a little roundness, angle, or whatnot. Okay, let's take a look up close at that. Okay. Now we take this, put that in there. I'm going to actually go over and follow suit here. Make sure I don't just drop pieces into his body and then have to shake him to get them out. Because that'll be just kind of weird. Oh, he's coming together pretty good. It's actually kind of cute with those little feet. Just kind of like a little chibi guy. Tea time. Aaron yawns, it must be tea time. Okie dokie. Set this across the back here. Doke. He is mostly assembled. He just needs his ears and his feet and some other bits and bobs. Okay. So we just need 2 of these 2x2s. Just get that little hair out of here. Duncan hair everywhere. Interesting factoid about Duncan, he actually has the condition that causes unbrushable hair, which is super fitting with him because what the unbrushable hair, like having that condition, that genetic condition, it means your hair follicles are actually shaped like hearts, like heart-shaped, like. And Duncan just loves everybody, so it's just like super fitting that he grows literal little heart-shaped hairs. It does get everywhere, and it's super thin and like it's just like itchy constantly, but he brings you love, to quote Mr. Burns. Okay, now we flip him upside down, and we put things in his butt. Okay, so we need 2 of those, 1 of the clear ones, 2 of these, and this looks like it goes, I'm trying to see where these go. That goes like that. These stick out a little bit, actually. Duncan brings you love. Do 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 do. He brings you love. Do 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 do. I'm just trying to see if that indicates that it goes all the way or if it just connects these 2 together. I think it just connects these 2 together, just bridges in there. Realistically, you could put this anywhere on that bottom plate and it'll do the same job. So now he stands, and we've got a whole bunch of extra parts. Holy cow. And we got a Snorlax. Who's like practically one of my spirit animals. Got a lot of parts left over. I'm actually surprised. Usually they're really like sticklers when it comes to the parts because it costs them money for each part. But I guess when you're making them this small, it makes sense. I don't know. Like I get this one, this one, this one, and this one. They're all just the last of their, oh, and the black one. The last one of their shapes, but there's a whole bunch of these extra little pieces, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I've got a whole bunch left over from Pikachu. I actually used a whole bunch from Pikachu. This kind of confirms to me that Pikachu wasn't missing pieces. I just added a whole bunch to him. I essentially gave him like a freaking brain stimulus or whatever. Brain growth. Okay, cool. So we got, I almost said Raichu. Oh, yeesh. We've got Snorlax and Pikachu now. And I've got a bunch more of these, not the Pokemon ones, but maybe we'll keep an eye out and see if we see any more. But I've got a few more Nanoblocks, and if these do well, regardless of whether or not these do well, we're going to post them on the channel. So hopefully you like these. So that is Snorlax, or as I believe he is known in Japan, Kabigon. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong, but from my understanding, they are the same character, though I believe the depiction of him in Western media is different from like in Japan. So yeah, it's actually a fun little kit. I found it way less stressful than Pikachu because he's much bigger, and it was just kind of a lot of layers, whereas Pikachu, it kind of felt like you kind of built from one side up and then you flipped him around and built from the other side. You can see Pikachu here with his giant cranium. I extended the tail a little bit, which I found worked better stylistically, but yeah, we had a huge amount of parts left over, so we'll have to see if maybe we can combine these to make something cool at some point, but that is our video. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. Maybe you found this relaxing in this time of insanity and crisis. I hope so. And if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. It lets us know if you want us to do more of these videos and put more of a focus on them. I've got a whole bunch of kits of these, like I mentioned, so we can definitely make more videos, like put more of a focus on them if this is something that people like. If you have any comments or suggestions, let us know in the comment section down below. I always appreciate your guys' feedback, and yeah, make sure you ring the bell for notifications if you're not subscribed already. If you are subscribed, yeah, again, ring the bell. And thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Stay safe and love your Pokemon.